Ready na si Akla to film. Ayun na nga ba sinasabi ko, kapag matagal ka nang hindi nag-film ng YouTube video, simula pa lang nagkakagulo na. Tigilan natin to. Ayoko na. Sorry. Hello everyone! Welcome back to another dose of Dyosa. And ako po si Dyosa, and I'm a self-proclaimed mermaid, Poreless, solo traveler, lover 5, and pursuer of dreams. And for today's dose, get ready to see me get ready as I show you my updated makeup routine using some of my current favorite makeup products. So this is a type of makeup that I usually do whenever I go out or travel. So we are going for like an everyday, long-lasting, long-wearing type of makeup episode. But before we begin, please make sure you click subscribe to my Dose of Dyosa YouTube channel, like and share my videos, and also ring that notification bell button for more doses of Dyosa in the future. Kaya naman, if you guys are ready to see me get ready from this into this, so just keep on watching. Hala, kumukulog na, ano ba yun? Hindi na sumasang-ayon ang panahon. Okay, first things first, inom muna tayo ng tubig. It's very important that you stay hydrated, especially if you're doing makeup, because iba talaga yung application if you have a hydrated and moisturized skin. I've been so proud of myself lately because everybody who knows me knows na I don't drink a lot of water. Pero for the past few months, especially this year, I've been drinking a lot of it. Thank you to my Aqua Flask, which I've had for so many years, since 2021 when I started running. And it always helps na color blue siya, because something about blue that's very inviting for you to drink water. Yung parang titingnan mo pa lang siya, mauuhaw ka na agad. So, step number 1, drink your water. Okay, so since we're going for an everyday, long-lasting, long-wearing type of makeup, it's very important that you prep your skin. And for that, I will use the Luxe Organix Aloe Vera Soothing Gel. And this retails for 219 pesos. And you can buy this from any Watsons store nationwide. If you guys have watched my earlier makeup videos, you know that I like using this product. Nilalagay ko pa siya sa ref para malamig-lamig pa siya when you apply it on your face. So that's what we're going to do now to prep your skin. And you just take a handful and then apply it on your face. Actually, kakaubos ko lang ng isang jar nito the other day. So this is a brand new one. I tried the rose one and it's also good. But I also prefer this green aloe vera scent that they have. I've been using this product for so many years. And one thing about me, if I really like a product, I will use it every single time. And this one just really does the work for me in terms of prepping my skin. So I highly recommend getting one if you can. And now that we have prepped our skin, up next we are going to use our primer. And for that, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer. I haven't used this product that much, and I remember I got it from my sister CJ. I got it or ninakaw. But yes, I think it's from her makeup kit. So we will be using this as our primer. And it does smell like coconut. Sobrang mabango siya. And usually for primer, I just put it in some of my problem areas just to make sure we fill in those pores so that we can have a blurring effect once we apply our makeup. Now, face is primed and ready to go. Up next, we are going to move on to foundation. So for this look, we need a pang malakasang foundation. Yung talaga namang pang DPWH na to cover all of our imperfections. So for this, we are going to use the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Skin Foundation. Ang arte kasi pa English pa. And I am in the shade 230. Now, this retails for 499 pesos. And you can buy this from any Watsons store or SM department store nationwide. Now, this is really my go-to foundation, especially when I'm going out or if I'm traveling. Talaga namang tried and tested ko na to. This foundation will really make your makeup last for more than 16 to 20 hours. And using a beauty blender, we are going to apply it all over our face. Now, how is everybody doing? Doesn't it feel like this year is going by so fast? Can you believe that we're already more than halfway done with 2025? When I started the year, I told myself that 2025 will be my locked-in year, and locked in a way that I promised myself that I will be locked in into my personal goals this year. I want to be locked in into getting back into some of my old hobbies. I also want to go back to reading a good book. I remember there was a time in my life that I was very into reading books. Sometimes nakakatatlo or apat ako per month. So yeah, I kind of want to get into that again. Also, I want to be locked in with saving more for myself and also trying out new things. That's really what locked in for me is all about. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys on how your 2025 has been so far. Sound off on the comment section below. I'd love to catch up with everybody since matagal-tagal akong nawala here in my Dose of Dyosa YouTube channel. Also, let's not forget applying foundation on your neck area para medyo pantay siya. Alright, so foundation looks great. So up next, we are going to move on to concealer. And for concealer, we're going to use a makeup product from one of my most favorite makeup brands out there. This is the One Size Turn Up the Base Buttermilk Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light 4 NR. I got this from Sephora in the United States, and this retails for $38.40. But I do believe this is available in Sephora Philippines. If you want to buy it online, feel free to check it out. This concealer is tried and tested na, and I've used this for some of those 16-hour to even 24-hour days that I have. Now, I love these concealers from One Size, and as you can see, ayan, napakadami ko ng concealer na nagamit over the past few months. You can really tell that Patrick Starr did his big one with his beauty brand in general. If you guys don't know who Patrick Starr is, he is the founder and CEO of One Size. He's also a well-known YouTuber and a highly respected guru in the beauty community. And I love how Patrick Starr loves makeup and he knows what's best for all of the makeup girlies out there, including myself, which is perfect because for this episode, we're going for an everyday, long-lasting, long-wearing makeup look. Now, up next, we're going to move on to cream contour. And for that, we will be using the Sunnies Skin So Good the Multistick. Ano ba nangyayari sa English ko today? Again. So for cream contour, we will be using the Sunnies Skin So Good Multi-Stick Contour. And this retails for 595 pesos, and you can buy this from any Sunnies store or also from Watson's in malls nationwide. Medyo may kamahalan nga lang siya, but it does last you for a while. This is my first time trying this shade. I believe I'm in the shade Palisander. Just put this here on my contour areas and also contour my nose, forehead area, a little bit on the jawline. And then we're going to blend everything with a beauty blender. Now before, I was in the shade Fawn, but I don't think they have that shade anymore. It's more of like a warmer brown tone. And this one is the darkest shade that they have. So, I mean, not bad. And then after doing your cream contour, we want to move on to cream blush. I'm also going to use a product from Sunnies, and this is the Air Blush Soft Focus Sheer Cheek Tint, and I'm in the shade Doll. O, diba? Nakas maka Barbie, nakas maka Malika. We are going to use brush to put this on our cheeks. So now that we've applied all of our cream products, we are going to set everything with setting powder. And for that, I'm going to use another product, a favorite of mine from One Size. This is the One Size Ultimate Blurring Setting Powder in Translucent. And I believe I got this one for $36, so I have a larger jar. Again, proven and tested ko na rin to. This setting powder will really get your together, especially for those long days or nights of travel. Now make sure you set everything. I love this setting powder because It really has that airbrush blurring effect on your skin. And ever since I started using the setting powder from One Size, I've experienced a very minimal urge to retouch my makeup. It's that effective. And again, perfect for an everyday, long-lasting, long-wearing look that we're going for today. Now that we have set our face with powder, we're going to work on our eyebrows. And for that, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. And I'm in the shade Medium Brown. This retails for $26. And I bought this from Ulta Beauty before in the United States. I haven't used this in a while. So let's see. I mentioned dry siya ngayon. But one technique that I learned from one of my favorite drag queens here in the Philippines, Eva the Queen, if ever your product, especially your eyebrow pencils dry up, pwede mo siyang hingahan, like, but parang hindi gumagana. Ayan, medyo okay na siya. Now before, I used to outline the shape of my eyebrows and then fill it in using the same eyebrow pencil. But most recently, with my updated makeup routine, I just use an eyebrow pencil to define the shape of my eyebrows. And then later on, we're going to fill it in with powder. Okay na to. And now that we're good with the actual shape of our eyebrows, we are going to fill it in with powder. And normally there are eyebrow kit powders that are available out there. But for me, I've been using pretty much the darkest shade of a contour palette that I have. And for that, I will be using the Features and Shades Contour and Highlight Palette. This retails for 529 pesos, and you can get this from any Watson store or SM department store nationwide. Now, just in case you're wondering why I'm using a contour powder for this, madalas kasi when I buy these contour palettes, I only use 1 or 2 shades, and I feel like nasayang yung ibang shades na part of the palette. So I figured, why not use the darkest shade to fill in my eyebrows? Back off, Gabriella. Gabriella, back off, Gabriella. Guys, lately, I cannot get the songs of Cat's Eye out of my head. Their songs are so catchy. And I especially love Gabriella and Gnarly. Sinong bias niyo sa Cat's Eye, guys? My personal bias is Daniela and also Manon. I'd love to hear from you guys, icons out there, who is your favorite Cat's Eye member. Now, using a flat angle brush, we're going to clean up the shape of our eyebrows with our One Size concealer that we used earlier. And then make sure you blend everything in. And then you also want to set it with setting powder to make sure that your eyebrows stay on fleek. Sabi ko sa inyo guys, parang hindi na ako sanay. Ang tagal-tagal ko nang hindi nagme-makeup video. Kaya bulol-bulol pa ako ngayon. Ano ba yan? Now, to finish off the eyebrows, we are going to set it with the Vice Cosmetics Brow Shaper on the Daily. And I'm in the shade Clear. And this retails for 295 pesos. You can buy this from any Watson store or SM department store nationwide. Now, normally for an everyday look after doing my eyebrows, I proceed in doing my eyeliner. But since today is my first ever makeup episode in almost 2 years, I feel like I want to play with myself. And parang mali na naman siya pakinggan. Ano ba yan? I'm feeling playful and very creative and inspired. So we are going to do eyeshadow for today's look. So for eyeshadow, I usually start by priming my eyelids. And I will be using the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics. This was a gift from my cousin Kakay for Christmas, I believe 2 or 3 years ago. And this retails for $36. And this is available from any Ulta Beauty store in the United States. I just use the first 2 shades on the left here to set my eyelids. Alam mo kung ano-ano lang talaga mga pinagsasabi ko dito sa makeup video na to. Yung parang feeling ko unti-unti na ako nawawala ng kredibilidad. Now for eyeshadow, I will be using the BYS Blue Moon eyeshadow palette, and this retails for 799 pesos, and you can buy this from any SM department store nationwide. And guys, when I tell you that this eyeshadow palette is so difficult to find, I'm not even exaggerating. I think I went through 3 or 4 SM malls just to look for this specific palette. Every time I go to a store, lagi siyang out of stock or not available. I mean, you can also order it from Lazada or online, but it's just different if you see the actual colors in person. And buti na lang, there's this one lady who helped me out in one of the malls I went to, and we were able to find this last eyeshadow palette. So apparently, ang dami palang may gustong mag-blue eyeshadow sa Pilipinas, and thankfully we were able to get one. Now, this eyeshadow palette really caught my eye because tingnan nyo naman yung colors. It's very Dose of Dyosa coded with all the blues, the whites, the shimmer shades, and I can't wait to play with some of this for today's look. Now, to start our eyeshadow look, we will be using this light blue shade called Icy to somehow define the shape of our eyeshadow. So we're going to put this on our lid, and we are just going to put this slightly above the crease. Now this shade is very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. Just make sure you blend everything to avoid any harsh lines. Teka lang, nauuhaw ako. Now, using a smaller blending brush, we're going to dip into this in the palette called Blue Flame and Tranquil, and we're just going to mix both of those shades together. And then we are going to start blending it from the outer corner to the crease, just so we can add definition to the first shade that we applied. And then using another crease brush, we're going to dip into the darker blue shades called Royals and Midnight to further define our crease. Also, lately, I've been listening to a lot of OPM bands, especially Cup of Joe. So, gusto ko yung song nila na Multo. They're so talented, and I strongly feel that they will continue to do bigger and better things in their careers. But yeah, I really enjoy listening to their music, especially their new album. And then we're just going to go back quickly to that light blue shade that we used earlier called Icy, and we're just going to buff out the edges here. Ala, parang hindi naman pang everyday ito. Ano ba yan? Now, up next, we are going to cut the crease from the inner corner using a flat angle brush and also our concealer from one size. Itodo na natin. Wala na, dito na tayo eh. So, yun, medyo kailangan ko ng matinding concentration when cutting my crease. And then we're going to set it with the Naked 2 Urban Decay eyeshadow palette that we used earlier. Now, up next, we're going to dip into the glitter cream shade over here called Aquatic, and we're going to put it all over the cut crease on our eyelid. Oh my gosh. Guys, ang ganda niya. I love it. I love it. This BYS eyeshadow palette, absolutely worth it. Yes. And it's also good that we set our cut crease with concealer because this glitter cream shade called Aquatic really sticks to it, as you can see. Ganda! Now, a lot of people are asking me what is the key to having a great smoky eyeshadow look. I would say let's start first with the lighter shades on your eyeshadow palette and then eventually make your way to the darker shades on your eyeshadow palette because it's easier to darken a light shade versus lighten a dark shade, if that makes sense. And you can always finish it up with glitter, just like what I'm doing. I love glitter colors in my eyeshadow palette. Now, I'm feeling very inspired with this look, so up next, we're going to use this Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow, and I believe this retails for $25, and you can buy this from any Ulta Beauty store in the United States. This one, I feel like dineno ko lang siya from CJ. Sorry, CJ. And we are going to put this on our under eye. Naputol. At dahil naputol yung applicator ng Stila liquid eyeshadow, ganun talaga kapag ninanakaw mo yung makeup ng kapatid mo. Ayan ang nangyayari. I just improvised and dipped back into that glitter cream shade called Aquatic from the BYS Blue Moon eyeshadow palette, and then I just placed it on my lower lash line. And then we are going to further define our lower lash line by dipping into this dark blue shade called Starry Night. Now, this is pretty much the eyeshadow look. Up next, we're going to do our eyeliner. And for this, we're going to use the LA Girl Gel Liner in Very Black. I believe this retails for 368 pesos, and you can buy this from any Watson store and any SM department store nationwide. Now, this is another step that I've updated in my makeup routine. I've been using yung mga eyeliner pencils or eyeliner pen, pero most recently, I started using yung gel liner because I feel like I have more control, and this little jar right here tends to last longer than a normal eyeliner pen or pencil for me. Ayan, so medyo nag-struggle lang ako ng Very Light because mahirap i-apply yung gel liner on top of the glitter cream shade from the Blue Moon eyeshadow palette. But I think this is the best that we can do for the eyeliner. And since we use a gel liner, I like to set it with a black eyeshadow para hindi glossy or shiny yung finish niya, and to make it last longer as well. And to set our eyeliner, we're going to use the black eyeshadow from Urban Decay, and this retails for $22. And I believe we got this from Ulta Beauty in the United States. Sorry na guys kung medyo makalat. Reminder lang that I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just love makeup. Ganito ang ating makeup for today. And then just a few more steps to go. We are going to put our mascara, and for that we are going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Waterproof Mascara, and I'm in the shade Very Black. I believe. And this retails for 470 pesos, and you can buy this from, again, any Watson store or any SM department store nationwide. And as you know, it's not a signature Dyosa eye makeup look without my white eyeshadow in the inner corner. And the good thing is, the BYS Blue Moon eyeshadow palette has a white shade here called Purity. O diba? Very appropriate. Akmang-akma. And honestly, I just use a cotton bud or a Q-tip to apply that white eyeshadow in my inner corner for that pop of purity. O diba? Purity. Just kind of going back with that black gel liner on top of the white eyeshadow, and we should be all set. Up next, we are going to go back to that Features and Shades Contour and Highlight palette, and we're going to dip into these two contour shades here to sculpt our cheeks and also contour our nose. And pag nagko-contour ako guys, I usually make the face like this. Then also make sure we contour the jawline. And using the same two shades, we're also going to contour our nose. There was a time in my life that I really hated doing a nose line on myself. Pero now, it's part of my updated makeup routine, which I'm sharing with all of you. Pero before, hate na hate ko talaga kapag nilalagyan ako ng nose line, lalo na pag nagpapa-makeup ako, binubura ko siya talaga. Now, after contouring, we're going to apply our blush. And for blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder. And this retails for $8.99, also from Ulta Beauty Store in the United States. And then just using a brush, I will put it on apples of my cheeks. And since we started with a cream contour and cream blush kanina, you can see that it just lays better when you apply the powder contour and powder blush. Now for highlighter, we are going to go back to that Features and Shades Contour and Highlight palette. There is a highlighter shade there, and using a highlighter brush, we are just going to place it on our cheeks. And then you can also put some at the tip of your nose. Then you can also put highlighter on your brow bone. And then I also like to put some sa shoulders, the shoulder blades, diba? And last but definitely not the least, we're going to move on and do our lips. And for that, I will be using the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner, and I'm in the shade Bear to Comment. This retails for $4.99 and also available from any Ulta beauty store in the United States. When doing my lip liner, I tend to overline my lips for a more pouty look. And then for lips, we're going to use the Spotlight Cosmetics Limitless Multi-Cream Tint, and actually bought 2 shades. This retails for 475 pesos, and you can buy this from any Watson store or any SM department store nationwide. I actually bought 2 shades, Passion and Drive, and I feel like using the Drive shade for today's look. Now, it's a lot rosier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more of a neutral tone. Pero guys, tingnan nyo naman yung makeup natin today. Sobrang OA! And to finish the look, we are going to put in our false eyelashes. And then finally, to set everything, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And this retails for $38, and I bought this from Sephora in the United States. This is one of my favorite setting spray out there, and it really does lock in my makeup without the need to retouch every once in a while. So this product is really proven and tested and one of my favorites. And we're back! So, being an Aquarius, I made a last-minute creative decision. I found that the Spotlight lipstick that we used earlier was a little bit too rosy for my liking and the look that we're going for. So, I decided to switch it up and use the Squad Cosmetics Multi-Purpose Mousse, and I'm in the shade Peach Fuzz. This retails for 169 pesos, and you can buy this from any Watson store or any SM department store nationwide. And I feel like it matches more the beach vibe that we're going for. Yung parang pupunta lang tayo ng Boracay Island or Siargao Island para umaura, ganon. And before we wrap up, I just want to quickly thank Soy Bernardino of Wiggly PH and Heron Point PH for my Beach Waves lace front wig for today's episode. And also, quick disclaimer, no actual starfishes were harmed in the making of this video, so please huwag niyo po akong isumbong sa mga kinauukulan. These are just fake starfish clips that I bought online, so please don't bash me. Also, I want to hear from you guys. Sound off down below if you want to buy the Dose of Dyosa t-shirt. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from family and friends about it, so let me know if I should open up a merch store or if you want to own a piece of Dose of Dyosa. If you guys are new to the channel, I make fun, free, high-quality videos documenting my life, so please make sure you click subscribe to my Dose of Dyosa YouTube channel, like and share my videos, and also ring that notification bell button for more doses of Dyosa in the future. And there we have it. That is a wrap for today's episode. And I just really want to do an updated makeup video showing you guys my current favorite makeup products. And I feel like na-achieve talaga natin yung look that we're going for. Hindi man siya pang everyday. Actually, from everyday, naging parang sobrang OA. Sabi nga ni Ate Klang from PBB ang ating makeup. But regardless, I feel like we slayed this look. And once again, ako po si Dyosa na nagsabi sa inyo lahat that we are all mermaids in this ocean called life. So just keep on swimming. Till next time! Okay pa ba ang mga mamshi kong starfish? Kapit lang, marami pa tayong take for today. Kaya naman, if you guys are ready... Okay, first things first, now, up next, we are going to move on to cream concealer. Slightly darker blue shades in the palette. And it's also good that we set our cut crease. Saan ba kasi punta? Ano ba yan? Hindi naman ako aalis ng bahay.